Everyone, please stand up for our opening prayer. Erin, can you please lead our prayer? Please close your eyes. Amen. Good morning, class. Again, good morning, class. Okay, that's more like it. So please take your seat and look to your right and to your left to see if your classmate is not around. Please raise your hand if your classmate is not around. Okay, it looks like no one is absent. So last time, we had a fun and at the same time an excitement lesson. So do you still remember our lesson? Okay. I have here some flashcards and I will be flashing them and I want you to tell me what is the character doing on the picture. Is that clear, class? Okay, so let's start with this. Yes, Joanna. Correct. How about this next picture? Correct. And this last picture? Yes, Kyle? Very good. I am glad that you still remember our lesson last time. So today we will also have another story about a crow. But before we start, let's start with these pictures. Okay, so based from these pictures, do you still remember the story about the crow that we read last time? Okay, so what did the crow do to Queen's sisters? Correct, Michaela. So what did he do to make the water from the pitcher goes up? Yes, Andre. Correct. So what do you think is the lesson of the story? Okay, Abigail. Very good. That is correct. So today we will have another story about a crow. But before we start, let's start with these pictures. So let's start from these pictures. So what do you observe from picture number 1? Yes, Gian? Correct. How about picture number 2? Okay, John Lester, you're raising your hand. Correct. That's good. How about the last picture? Jennifer? Very good. So, based from these pictures, from the story of the pictures, what do you observe from the sequence of the story? Yes, Kyle? Very good. The sequence of the story are not arranged accordingly. So who wants to go in front of the board and arrange the sequence of the story? Yes, Michaela. Excellent. I am glad that Michaela managed to arrange the sequence of the story correctly. So, as we go on our discussion, you will learn more about story sequencing. But before we go on, this is what I expect you to do as we finish our discussion. Let's read our objectives. Objective: identify the correct sequence of a story. Very good. Now let us proceed by reading our story. Let us all read the title of the story, Funny Makmak by N.N. Hermosa. Very good. Now let us read the story. Makmak is a black crow. She is a funny crow. Makmak likes to go to the well. She likes to run around the well. Ted sees Makmak run around the well. Ted yells, "Makmak, don't run around the well." Makmak falls into the well. Oh no! She can't swim. What to do? What to do? Ted gets a big net. He gets Makmak out of the well. That's good. Makmak is wet but happy. Ted is happy too. Did you like our story? Very good. I am glad that you like our story too. So based from our story, who are the main character of our story? Yes, Jennifer. Correct. It's Makmak and Ted. So what happened to Makmak? Hendrix. Correct. So what did Ted do? Yes, Kyle? Correct. So if you were Ted, would you rescue Makmak too? Yeah, I am glad that you would also do what Teds do. To further learn our story for today, let's have this activity. So I will be posting some pictures here in the board, and I want you to identify what is happening to the story. Lots of pictures. Okay, so these pictures are related to the story that we read earlier. Do you still remember the story? Okay, so that's good. So, who can tell me what is happening to the picture number 1? Who likes to answer? Yes, Mikasa? Correct. The bird or the crow is drowning. How about picture number 2? Go, Joshua. Correct. The crow is saving the drowning crow. Very good. How about the last picture? Yes, Melissa? Correct. A crow is running around the well. So, what do you observe from the sequence of events of this picture? Yes, Mikila. Very good. They are not arranged accordingly. So, who wants to go here in front and arrange the picture? Go, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Now that the sequence of the story are arranged accordingly, we can use these pictures to retell the story. Let's start with this picture. A happy crow is happily running around the well. In picture 2, the crow fell into the well and started drowning. And in picture 3, another crow rescued the drowning crow with a big net. Very good. To continue our lesson for today, we will have a group activity. I will divide the class into 3 groups. But before we start, what are the things we need to keep in mind when we have a group activity? Things we need to keep in mind. Yes, Joshua, correct. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Next, yes, have the operation. Have the operation. And, correct, be participative. And lastly, yes, use your inside voice. Okay, so I expect that you will do all this. So I have here an envelope containing some pictures of sequence of stories. And I want you to arrange the pictures to have the correct order of events. Is that clear? Okay, so if you're done, you can post your output on the board. Now let's start with group number 1. Okay, very good. Let's give group 1 very good clap. Very good, very good, very good. Very good. Okay, next, let's have group 2. Yes. Now let's give group 2 wow clap. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Wow! And lastly, group 3. Okay, so let's give group 3 fireworks clap. Boom! Very good. Okay, so I am glad that you understand our lesson for today. So based from the activities that we had, how did you arrange the correct sequence of the story? Yes, Michael. That is right. In identifying the correct sequence of the story, we must bear in mind that we must first find the beginning of the story, think of what happened in the middle, and lastly, think of what happened last. Do you understand, class? Okay, I am glad that you understand. At this point, we will have a game. Do you want to play? Great. So, first, I want you to go and sit with your group mates, and each group will pick a representative. I will flash some random events from the stories that we read, and the representative will guess if it's first, middle, or end. The group who has the most number of correct answers will win the game. Is that clear, class? Okay, so let's start. So representatives, please go in front. And let's start with this picture. Okay, group 2. So group 2 has 1 point. So next, how about this one? Group 3. Group 3 got the correct answer. Okay, next representative. Okay, let's have this picture. Great. Group 1. Okay, we have a tiebreaker. So this will be the last event I will flashing so to distinguish who is the winner. Is that clear? Okay. Representative, please go in front. And this one. Okay. Group 2 win the game. Okay. Did you have fun, class? Okay, I am glad that you like our game. Now at this point, please get your paper and pen and let's see if you can apply your understanding to this individual activity that we will be having. So this is our activity. So please read the instruction. Choose 3 activities in your daily routine or life and identify the order of its event from first, second, and last. Please refer to the table on this cartolina. So please write it. So here is an example that I made. So and my example is the event that I choose or my routine is brushing teeth. Where first I put toothpaste on the toothbrush. Secondly, brush teeth in an up-down motion and ensure to include your tongue. And last, rinse your mouth with water or use mouthwash. Okay, so please work it accordingly. For those who are finished, you may now pass your paper in front. So all the activities that we have earlier help us identify the correct sequence of the story. That we must first identify the beginning of the story, find the middle of the story, and the end of the event or the story. So who can still recall the title of the short story we read earlier? Yes, Joanna? Correct. So what happened first or what is the beginning of the story? Go Noel. Correct. And how about the middle? Yes, Mac? Correct. And the last, Vincent? Very good. I am glad that you listened attentively in our discussion. Now that you completely understand our lesson, let us proceed to our assessment. Okay, so please get your paper and pen and answer these questions. You can now start working. Is everybody done? Okay, so please exchange your paper with your seatmate. Okay, so let's start. So who can answer number 1? Yes, Mikila? Correct. It's letter A. How about number 2? Yes, John? Correct. B. How about number 3? Yes, Josie? Correct. B. And number 4? Yes, Joanna? Correct. A. And last number? Go. Cindy? Correct. C. Okay, so let us see who got 5 points, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, and 1 point. Okay. So all students who got 5 points, please raise your hands. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 20. How about 4 points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. And 3 points? Okay, only 1. 2 points? None. And 1? None. So I am really happy that you really understand our lesson, that you have a great results for our quiz. Okay, so before we go home, I want you to copy our assignment and do this. Please copy our assignment, but before that, let's read the direction. Find 2 short stories and make a story sequence with 3 events by drawing it on a long bond paper. Is that clear, class? Okay, so if you're done copying, goodbye everyone. and see you in our next lesson.